That's it. Get it down your throat, you dirty bitch.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are, and welcome to another NerdTube review of Loki Season 2, our first Season 2 in the MCU proper. I am Cousin Cheeto, joined by Zam, GG, and He Who Conquers. Okay, with a K, by the way. It's trendy because it's with a K.
Very hipster. Very hipster.
Right?
Love it.
So today we're just talking about Loki, the return. Everybody's been anticipating this, the first season. What the fuck? You know what?
No, he shows up.
Carry on. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Just keep going, man.
All right, so we are now going to be talking about Loki Season 2, Episode 1. I don't even remember the name of this episode. I think it was called
Ouroboros.
Cunts and Punts or something like that. Yeah, so overall, what did you guys think of the episode? We'll start with you, Gaz, who shows up late.
Sorry, my computer was having a bit of problems. I thought it was a really good episode. I liked the kind of the time displacement mechanic and the way that they used it in the show was very clever. Because I think I've said this before, I'm a huge sucker for time travel stuff. So this was right up my alley. The fact that he was stuck in the past and he was with KG Ong's, not KG Ong's, what's it? Ki Warren's character.
Obi.
Obi.
Ouroboros.
Okay.
Short round, for fuck's sake.
Ki, do you love me?
But yeah, it's really good stuff, though. I love the fact that he was using that to his benefit to like make stuff to make his. I just love the way that Obi just went. It was a really good episode.
All right, GG.
Yeah, loved it. Fantastic start for a return of Loki, which was a pretty solid season in itself. Had a couple of silly episodes in season 1 that went nowhere, but overall it was a good show. So was looking forward to this. And yeah, I'm with Gaz. I love a bit of anything to do with time travel stuff, and I liked how it was utilized here. Just good seeing all the characters back, seeing the direction of where the TVA is going, which we'll discuss a bit later. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. Jose.
He Who Conquers.
Yes. All right. For one, I like the fact that they slowed it down. Like they give us a big epic moment in the end of season 1, and it's like, oh shit, Kang is coming. Here we go. And they slowed the pacing down, and they're like, all right, we got to explain some shit. And that's what I like that they did with this episode. I like that they slowed it down, and they're like, all right, we got to figure out like how do we fix this shit? How do we stop this shit? Loki with his like time splitting or traversing or whatever they called it. I thought that was an excellent effect. I like that he got to go in between different timelines and, try to explain things. It was a really good episode and a really good start for season 2.
And Zam.
I liked it all, but maybe one of you guys can explain it a little bit to me. Like at the end of season 2, he came across Morbius and others, and they had no idea who he was. Then he time jumps a little bit here and then. They do remember who he was. Like, can someone explain that to me? Because it was confusing me a little bit.
Yeah, basically what's happening is at the end of season 1, when he sees Morbius and all of that and they don't recognize him, is because he's gone back in the past. So when we start with season 2, he's still in that past, and he is time slipping in amongst all the different
TVAs, basically
the timelines. He's skipping in the TVA variants of them, and he's going into those.
And maybe mind wipe. That's why he mentioned about the mind wipe and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Okay. Makes sense. It makes sense now. Overall, excellent fucking episode. And having Ki Hu Wan in it as well just added to it. Brilliant stuff. I'm really looking forward to it. Well, welcome back, Marvel. You come back with a bang. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you really have with this. This is quality stuff.
I love how you say welcome back like they've been gone for a long time. We just had Secret Invasion, which, yes.
No.
You mean return to form. You mean return to form. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah. Secret invasion, please. That was an insult.
Listen. Don't be racist, okay? Just because it was led by a black man does not mean you have to hate it, okay, Zim?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
he does.
actually,
He hates everything.
it was Batman in hero and villain, so I doubly hated it.
That's true. And he was in the
Chico, your
Barbie
thought.
movie. And he was in the Barbie movie, so you kind of had to triple hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was also excellent beginning to the episode. I thought it felt organic. Like that was my big takeaway, is that this season premiere felt organic from the end of season 1. And sometimes how they like try to do like time skips, or they try to do like hard starts and stuff like that. And it's just like, no, like this felt very organic, and I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I mean it was good. I really echo a lot of what you guys were saying. Yeah, that's really it. So I guess anyone want to bring up any? I mean, what do you guys think of the time slipping? I know we've talked a little bit about it so far, but
I thought
It reminds me of The Thing.
okay. Hold on. I thought that he was actually going between multiverses, and I know that the TVA is kind of outside of all that, but I thought there was something with that going on. But then when he saw the crack in the floor, I was like, oh God, here we go. So
Yeah, no, he's slipping between times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is weird because TVA doesn't have time.
That's what they found. That's what they found weird.
Yeah.
And
So it'll be interesting how they explain all that.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm looking
Well,
forward to
it must have time though. Like for them to say it doesn't, they were obviously misled, because there will be past events, so there's things that's happened before years ago. It makes no sense for them not to have fucking time, regardless of them being TVA.
Time is relative to our universe. I mean, it is, if you go outside of the universe, time doesn't exist, supposedly. So, I mean, no, we just can't wrap our minds around what it's like not to have time.
Yep. Because time is everything. And I can't wait to see what they do with the whole, like, we got to tell them the truth. Like, I thought that was a really big thing in this episode, was like, we have to tell the people like about like their lives and that sort of shit, like your memory being mind wiped. And I look forward to that in the future episodes, like when they talk about like, mind wiping.
Yeah, and
but the effect was great
with this episode is obviously with Loki getting pruned at the end. This could be the last episode being played at the beginning.
And
then you're going to see like things being pieced together as time goes by. So everything that's
incognito.
So everything that's kind of happening within this first episode gets unraveled as the episodes go along. And I thought if they do that, that's really, really good, really, really clever.
I think, just a prediction here, I think Loki pruned himself in that hallway.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
because they didn't show who pruned him. Like it's classic, misdirect.
Hold on, when you went back to Morbius, it was Morbius who pruned him.
He was pruned as he saw Sylvie, and that was probably him in that timeline pruning him.
But wasn't Morbius trying to prune him by getting it? Was trying to capture him in the first place.
So Loki had to prune himself in various timelines, I believe, and he only had like 5 minutes to do it.
Yeah, I'm convinced he did it to himself.
Yeah, so that Loki from the present timeline is, obviously screwed, and he thinks he's failed, and then he sees Sylvie, and then he gets pruned, and that pruning is probably by another Loki.
By
Same
himself,
guy, but the one
same guy, different variant type of thing.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's get some comments here.
Gonna say that. Okay.
Now we're using Bill and Ted time travel logic. Yeah, dude. I guess
works.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah. Loki time slipping reminded me of Lang.
Later.
Yeah. Like I said, for me, like when you saw his body stretching like that, I was thinking of the movie The Thing, John Carpenter's, obviously. The TVA now has time because Sylvie used Kang's time pad, and when she pushed Loki into the TVA past, I think only the present should exist.
Okay, good call, Vance.
Yeah.
Good call, because that does make sense.
My brain's telling too much already. Yep. Agreed. A classic Ouroboros scenario. So yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
the
cool.
Ouroboros is a snake that eats itself. And
Itself. Okay.
Kind of like
Death,
Zam, who
rebirth,
sucks himself. You
infinity,
know,
and all that kind of stuff.
If I didn't have a gut, I would eat myself. All right.
Okay, so is there any other topics you guys want to bring up? Really, I mean, what did you think of the visuals of this episode with like the timeline? I was kind of confused as to what was going on. Like, it looked like a lot of the time stuff was being funneled through a filter
It's a
into.
thread, so it's like when you're threading twine and wool and all this kind of stuff. That's what they do with the timeline. Is they take all these different little timelines and they thread it into one singularity, and the chaos is being caused because there are more and more timelines being introduced, and it's just struggling to kind of thread all those new timelines into one singularity. That's what that was. Other standouts that I liked as well was a nice little nod to Thor I found as well with Broxton, Oklahoma, which is where
It looked like England to me.
Huh?
It looked like England to me, and on top of that, that guy behind the counter at McDonald's was definitely putting on the accent.
Yep. You mean redacted?
maybe
We can't say
yeah.
we can't say what the name of the restaurant is. We don't have legalities. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else was there that I found?
Loki season 2.
Well, look, I actually thought that the main hierarchy were these sort of gods, and then that lady who is Morbius's girlfriend, who we haven't seen so far this season.
Renslayer is supposed to be Kang's girlfriend in the comic books.
Yeah. But we haven't. But then we come across these other authority figures this time around, and
those are the judges that you see in the early Loki season 1. The ones that aren't. Well, Renslayer is also one of them, but
okay. I'm sorry, it slipped my mind. One of those ladies,
there seems to be like a civil war that's brewing within the TVA. So you had like among those judges, you had the kind of the authoritarian one who was just like gearing her army to just go in and prune all the different timelines, and you've got the other half that are like, no, let's just tell people the truth about what Kang did.
That's the plot that I'm looking forward to, is when they have to reveal to all of them, like, you all have had like past memories, and then they come to that realization.
Yeah,
I think
they're all variants.
Yeah, it's just so much good, interesting shit to look forward to in this
for Disney to fuck up. You mean? Yeah,
that too, man. Yeah, that too. Let's be honest.
The one thing I want to add too, can you imagine Doctor Strange right now? Because I bet he's probably got the world's biggest fucking migraine going on. Like, all this shit here, y'all just had to go and fuck it up. Because I could see it now. Like, when the Avengers come together, it's like, all right, who did what?
Be interesting to see what if they bring Strange into this. I don't think they will, but it'd be interesting to see if they do.
Yeah,
because of the multiversal stuff.
But yeah, I heard there might be some recognizable names in this. I've heard, well, actually, I don't want to spoil it for you if it does happen.
Yeah, don't spoil anything.
Don't spoil it.
Anything.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
No,
and what role will Miss? And I'm surprised we haven't brought up what role is Miss Minute's going to play, because it seems like they're kind of like they were with her at first, and then it's like, no, we can't trust Miss Minute. So I'm like, okay, so makes you wonder what's going to go on with her character.
Yeah, that's true.
But the fact is that they didn't even bring the fact. The point is for me is that fine, they didn't dial her up because you can't trust her, but Miss Minutes is like almost omnipotent. She's like everywhere. Yeah. I'm sorry, omnipotent. Yeah, you know that word. Yeah. She's everywhere. Like, so regardless of calling her up,
omnipresent, not omnipotent.
Is she? Yeah, that one too. Yeah, she's everywhere. Yeah, she's everywhere. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of surprised that that they were worried about her not listening in, because she probably is listening in. She's part of the fabric.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to change the names of these reviews to, instead of Loki season 2, it's going to be everybody explaining the logistics of Loki's season 2.
Yeah, because that's pretty much what we're doing right now.
I know Zam's like, I'm so confused, and we're like explaining everything. It's just like, come on.
And I love fucking time travel as well, but I love the various time travel rules there are. Like, I think there's like 4 or 5 different versions of time travel. My belief is in one loop. that you can't change time. That's my theory on time travel, like the 12 Monkeys version of time travel. You can't change it. So
Yeah. I think by the BT, I think the more complex they make it, the better, because as long as it has the payoff at the end, then that's that's great. I don't know. Should we just rate the episode? Short and sweet.
Well, just regarding Short Round, his involvement in the episode, I thought was really good. I love that moment when they go to his office, him and Morbius, Loki and Morbius, and then he time slips there and sees Short Round in the past, and then Short Round starts to remember in the future. His conversation, and then has the device already ready for him. Yep. Oh, brilliant! Those sort of scenes are genius. And it's really got if Wes Anderson was making a time travel film or like a series,
that's what it feels like.
Yeah, it's got Wes Anderson all over it.
Yeah, I mean, they even had like the moment in the lift where the way they pan to the character that's been in the lift with them.
Yeah, the operator.
That felt very very Wes Anderson. And the fact that the Screen Crush alluded to that as well, I was just like, yes, I feel vindicated.
and the spacesuit Morbius was wearing, like, what the fuck? That was absolutely hilarious. This giant fucking retro thing. Got a crack in it, put tape on it.
I know I wasn't the only one. I know I wasn't the only one thinking Fallout when I first fucking saw the suit. I thought of like a Pit Boy, and I thought like I was like, are we in like Fallout now? Because this is what the fuck it kind of looks like.
Well, the time slipping as well was really clever because people were thinking he was constantly going back in the past. But that one bit where Morbius writes skin, and then he time slips, and he sees the skin symbol in the dust still, meant that he was time slipping into the future, which could mean that time when he saw Morbius and he saw the Kang the Conqueror symbol, he might have time slipped into the future, and they would have had their memory wiped. There's every opportunity of that too. So
yeah.
Keeping us guessing. That's
what Disney's supposed to do. Disney and Marvel make you want more.
I'm very much liking this, but I'm glad we're having these discussions and debates because sometimes this stuff could get so convoluted. I might not know what the fuck's going on. But in a way, sometimes you're not necessarily not supposed to know 100% what the fuck's going on. It's how you interpret it. So it could be like that too.
I just look forward to, I'm Mr. System. I looked forward to the point of like that plot twist of like, okay, we got to reveal like the truth, and that's when it's all going to come out. And then like, my question is are we going to see Kang actually show up to the TVA and fuck shit up? I think we will.
Jonathan Majors is supposed to be in this season. They've
he is.
He is. Quantumania.
We saw him. We saw him in the trailers.
Yeah.
There's just so much to look forward to, and
as long as they don't shit the bed with it.
Just don't shit the bed with
it. Reminded me of the movie Sunshine, where they have a room to view the sun, and the crew is dusted by overexposure. Sunshine, the film with Cillian Murphy and
And then I like
that film. That film was okay, but then it turned into slasher fic at the end, and it really pissed me off.
It got weird. It started off great, but then it got weird.
Yeah,
I like the very end of when Sylvie shows up in 1982, and she goes to Redacted, and she's like, "All right, what's all here?" It's like, I want something that's like dead or whatever the fuck it is, and like the guys like naming like we've got McNuggets, we've got burgers, we've got this, we've got that.
McNuggets.
Yep.
Our new McNuggets. I'm like, I could use
takes me back.
I could go for some McNuggets.
Yeah, and he goes, "I'll have everything."
Yep.
And I'm like, that's it. That's my girl.
Yeah.
I wonder how she's gonna pay for it.
She'll just be like, "All right, I'm taking it." Yeah.
On the trailer.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
A really, really cool episode with some cool moments. Great acting. Tom Hiddleston on form. All of these actors are on form. Even the supporting cast. Where their loyalty stands is I love it. I can't wait to mark it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, why don't we start with you, Zam? Go ahead and mark it, baby. I'm putting up
9 out of 10. No, what back, like I said, welcome back, Marvel. This is some of the best Marvel stuff we've got in a long time. Just in this one episode of Loki, my goodness, and it's just so it's it's not even like your wham bam thank you man action sort of style of Marvel. It's just different. I loved it, and it's funny at the same time. Which you want, some Marvel stuff needs to be a bit funny here and there, and they've done the humor right. It's just clever as well. It's not dumbed down. It's not generic. It's really good. I love it. 9 out of 10.
GG?
10. Yeah, I loved it. It was frantic, it was farcical, it was like hard hitting and confusing, but in a good way. And I just absolutely loved it. I love the pacing of the episode. It's great seeing the characters back. Great seeing that they're already just moving forward rather than sitting there moping around. They're just going into it straight away. None of this, oh, this might happen. They just went straight in. Oh, everything's fudged. So let's just crack on with it. And yeah, it was great. So 10 out of 10 for me.
All right. He Who Conquers.
It's going to get a 10 out of me. And it was like the pacing was honestly something I think we can all agree. This is some of the best pacing Marvel has ever done for a TV episode, like ever. It felt like, okay, yeah, like we're throwing you right into it. Here it is. Kang is here. He's going to come and fuck shit up. Loki with the time, going from different timelines. It's just, and them trying to explain things. It's just a great episode. It's a 10. It was a great episode for me. Looking forward to next week.
All right, Gaz, what do you give it?
I'll give it a 10 as well, because this was it did time travel, but did it in a really smart way. I love the fact they played with it, and I can't wait to see how they go forward with it. I'm not sure they're going to go kind of like Wes Anderson, kind of like surreal with it, but if they go that route, that's okay with me.
All right, and I'm going to give it a 9. I thought it was very excellently done. I don't know why I'm not giving it a 10. I mean, I don't know. Just
it's your prerogative.
Yeah, my prerogative. That's right. God damn it. But I thought it was very excellently done. I thought it was, as I said, they did. It felt organic from season 1 to season 2. And it also feels nice that it's not like bogged down by the MCU timeline proper. You know what I mean? Like it's not, it's not like, oh, it's been 3 years since Loki season 1. So now it has to be 3 years between Loki season 1 and season 2. No, like the benefit of this is that we can start right where we left off and it doesn't matter. And that's kind of what they did with Guardians 1 and 2. Guardians 2, even though it came out 3 years later, only takes place 6 months after. I wish they would do that more. I wish they would stop worrying about where's it at in the actual timeline and let's just figure it out. Let the movie speak for itself, and then the fans just have headcanon on where these things are.
Yeah, just hit us with it. Hit us with the points of the plot, and let's go. That's how I see it.
So yeah, I thought it was a great way to start off. Good job, Marvel. Boys, good job. We did a good job. We're going to be out of here in less than 25 minutes. Who does?
There's 5 of us.
I know, right? I'm very proud of us. And there's 5 of us.
Short, sweet, to the point. That's all you need. Let's wrap this up.
All right, let's get out of here.
I got fucking some shawarma and rice, and I want to fucking play some fucking Assassin's Creed. So I'm done with this.
I got to start Assassin's Creed. I got to get into it. I started it.
All right, let's wrap this up. No Assassin's Creed talk. God damn it.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us here in YouTube land. If you like, please hit that like button. Leave a comment. What did you think of Loki? If you haven't yet, the poll's still up. We've got 5 votes so far. It looks like everyone in the chat thinks it's about an 8 or a 9. We have 110. So, but we appreciate you being here, everybody. We will catch you guys in the next one. We are NerdTube, the greatest YouTube channel you kind of maybe sort of heard of. Later. Bye-bye.